Aloha, aloha. Just let me know when we're on. 1 minute to two. So let's start with the Q&A. The chat is disabled. Open questions. Let's see here. Perfect. We have a great group. I am Kāhealani Satchtananda, and I am a quantum mastery coach and quantum entanglement researcher. So I know that sounds like a big word, and really we are using it every single day. So if I could get some interaction, I'm able to share. So I want to know who you are, where you are, and what you want to manifest in your life. If it's a health issue, a relationship issue, a spiritual issue, or a financial issue. What do we want to work with? What do we want to make magic happen as we learn to walk as masters, honoring our own sovereign, sacred self, and learn our proper relationship with having it all. So I'd really love for you to speak with me and let me know where you are and what you would like. Okay, we want to know how we can travel with the mobile energy using the chi coils. Okay, you want me to explain about the entire program? Okay, well, let's begin. I will share my screen. Let's see here. I'm gonna allow sound. Oh, more financial abundance. Yes, yes. You want to learn about quantum entanglement. Okay, let's see here. Let's begin right here. And I'm going to start with my presentation, except a virus showed up. How do I... Let's see here. There we go. Okay. Perfect. Perfect. Okay. Let me know in the chat if you see my screen. Quantum mastery. You can have it all. Okay. So I am Kāhealani Satchtananda. And I just had a birthday. 77 years around the sun. So quantum mastery, you can have it all. So in that 77 years, I have learned so much about life. And happy birthday, yes. I'm still sweet 23 though. But when I was at UC Berkeley, my ancestors whispered to me and they told me that your mother didn't have all the answers and society doesn't have all the answers. And back in those days, we really respected the president. And the ancestor said, and the president doesn't have all of the answers. And your kuleana, my dharma, my duty is to explore and find out the answers to this thing called life. Now, when I heard it, I didn't really pay much attention to it, but it was noteworthy that my mother didn't have the answers, society didn't have the answers, and the president, and that my life is sacred to God having this life, and that my journey was to find the answers to this thing called life. And so that's what my 77 years have been about. And I have a legacy, and I have an excitement to share with you what I've learned in this incredible journey of life. Quantum mastery. You can have it all. I love learning with pictures because a picture is worth 1,000 words. And honestly, we've all heard it intellectually. So my kuleana is not to give you another webinar of lecturing to your head. I'm here, first of all, because I love you and I love life. And I know that we are all one. So I'm here to speak to that divine wisdom inside of you. I just got chicken skin. That recognizes the highest truth. And so when I work with pictures, a picture is worth 1,000 words. So it helps me to reach that mind-heart coherence inside of your being. So even if you don't understand from a linear perspective, you will grab it in your now, in your heart. And at the right time, that wisdom will reveal itself. So love heals. And may we all learn to love, to make love our way of life. So what you see here is that we are all connected. You see these, what Hawaiians we call aka cords. What quantum entanglement understands is that they are waves of light, waves of frequencies, and that we are all connected. And so what we're going to learn to do is we want to weave a lay of love, because quantum entanglement is that understanding that every energetic impregnation that my being does, that the universe receives it. And it is affecting what we call collective consciousness. And that is why we can go into a place and we feel a vibration about a person, and we are a little bit annoyed and they haven't even done anything. Or we're drawn to them. Wow, we just like them and they haven't done anything. It's because of this quantum field. And that field, energy never lies. And so we want to wake up in our journey to become aware of these energetic connections. And it is what the Christ was teaching us. So the light of sacred wisdom, it's always shining. We are connected by the love. Your true essence is love, peace, joy. God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. So we know right now in the world there is much confusion, there is some fear, things are not looking the way we would want them to look. There's so much division and attacks of each other. And then you start to hear that we've been lied to and that we're living in the matrix and things of this nature. Well, that is it's always been. The whole world is a stage. We've always heard it. It's all in the Vedas and the ancient books that we are in and my favorite words are a play of consciousness. And my hands are reverberating around consciousness, because that is where the key to this whole dynamic exists. And that's why love, this is a quantum code, that love is our superpower. So your universe begins within you, and everything outside of your consciousness is an extension of you. Please hear me. We can look at political strife. We can look at poverty and all of the things that we don't really like in this world. But the absolute truth is that everything outside of your consciousness is an extension of you. That includes your guides, your teachers, your lessons, your world, and your physical life. Now, do you want the good news or the bad news? Put it in the chart. Do you want the good news or the bad news? Okay. The good news is that you live forever. And the bad news is that you live forever. So you are going to be with you for quite a long time. So this is profound knowledge. It's a golden key. It's the pearls of great price are to understand, not intellectually, but energetically, and digest this knowledge that you create your own reality. And there are many realities that we create from. So, what do we want to do as a quantum healing community? We want to step up to the plate and we want to learn to master our energy, okay, and be a healing force into the world. This is how we create a vortex of love that ushers in the new earth. We want to honor the sovereign, sacred self, because your thoughts create your reality. So between UC Berkeley for undergrad and UCLA for dentistry, I put my hand out there. I started to study with great mystics that understood the high teachings of Satchitananda, that my thoughts have something to do with my reality. And back in those days, the whole New Age movement was beginning. I was right there in Beverly Hills in Los Angeles in dental school at UCLA. And that we gave birth to the New Age movement. We gave birth to understanding metaphysics, that beyond the physical, and that we really have something to do with our reality. So one of the great things that I began to learn, and it made the difference in dental school. I was really struggling my second year, but by my third year, I started to get through with all of my exams 40 minutes ahead of the smartest guy in the class. And it was because I was rearranging my thoughts. So when I took my board exams, and back in those days, because I graduated UCLA in 1980, dentistry became one of the pioneers of holistic dentistry because I was using frequencies to heal root canals in 1980. When I took my boards, we had to do a very difficult process called a gold foil. And it was technique sensitive. You had to really not make a mistake at all in the way that it would adapt to the tooth. So I did my gold foil. I put my patient in line. And instead of letting the chatter and the worry and the stress go around in my mind, like my other colleagues, I kept my eyes single. And I said, I salute the power of God within you, within the gold foil. I salute the power of God within the patient. I salute the power of God within the examiner. And I just kept saying those three things the entire time, keeping my eyes single, says the Christ. Because when your eye is single, your whole body is filled with light. Guess what happened? My patient came back to me and she said, Dr. S., you must have done a perfect foil. And I said, oh, really? Why do you say that? She says, because the examiner was using the little mirror to look in and says, oh my God, I'm not supposed to say anything, but this is a perfect foil. And I knew that that was the universe sending me a message back. Yes, baby girl, this is how you walk into mastery. Everything is energy, and that's all there is to it. Match the frequency of the reality that you want, and you cannot help but get that reality. It can be no other way. This is not woo-woo. This is not philosophy. This is physics. Albert Einstein. Knowing who you are ends the need to prove it. I would say it ends the need for struggle. I would say it ends the need for suffering. Knowing who you are ends the need. So we have all seen this serenity prayer. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change. Ding, ding, ding. Quantum code. We want to accept the things I cannot change. The courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Energy is everything. Your aura introduces you before you speak. People feel you before they hear you. And energy aligned with love, aloha, is impossible. I am light. Repeat with me. I am the light. And just come back to this video and meditate on I am the light. And with my clients, of which I've been coaching globally for 40 years and learning as I go. And that's why I love the frequencies, because we do have those limited beliefs. We do have subconscious traumas. Being Hawaiian, we understand that the mother with child, that if she has a rough fabric rub against her skin, it translates into a trauma in the soul of the child that child will be out picturing in its journey of life. I am the light. So we must learn how to dissolve these traumas. Most people will not change when they see the light. They change when they feel the heat. So with the frequencies, devices, we can change this around because it's true, okay? Most people are pushed by pain until they're pulled by, I say, the passion of devotion. Okay. Either way works. Okay. We are here on this earth to grow and to learn. That's what our soul's contracts. We came here to expand and grow. However, many need to feel the heat before they make that change. Okay. However, with the devices, we can dissolve any, listen to me, addictions to suffering from past traumas. We have an addiction to struggle. I had an addiction to struggle, even though my conscious mind did not recognize it as such. And so the frequency devices can go in, shifting, anointing ourselves, and dissolving our addictions to struggle so that habits are changed more easily. The good news, once you make a decision, the universe conspires to make it happen. I know you've heard this. However, we want to hear it at such a deeper level. This relationship with the universe, you are completely, just like those DNA, entwined. Okay. You are entwined with the universe, and you've already been instructing it. You just didn't know. And so when you're making decisions, the universe is right there. Yes, the universe always says yes. That's why we want to be careful how we impregnate the universe. It always says yes. If you say, I'm really bad, the universe says yes and starts bringing you more experiences of being bad. If you say, I'm good, the universe says yes and begins to bring you experiences of your own belief. Everything except love is an illusion. So Auntie Pilahipaki is known for recognizing the power of aloha and knowing that the world indeed, in searching for peace, will turn to Hawaii and to aloha. And of course, yes, aloha means hello. Aloha means goodbye. Aloha means love. And as we go deeper, because Hawaiian language, Sanskrit mantras, and Gregorian solfeggio chants, they all are vibrational languages. They are vibrational. And so they have deeper and deeper levels of meaning. They are also the frequencies that can reach where no medicine can. Aloha. It means being face to face with God, living in the presence. Living in the presence. Why would that be important? It's important because all of the teachings and the coaches out there are saying that the only moment of power that we have is in the now. So let's live in the presence and really wake up to the highest frequency, the high vision of Satchtananda, truth, consciousness, and bliss that is the nature of your very soul. Everything is connected. The 3, the 6, the 9. You don't even have to go study sacred geometry or astrology. The secret of the universe is already inside of you. You're already feeling it. It is already guiding you. The thing we need to do is calm down the narratives of the mind and to choose love. The answer is always love. So I want to hear from you. What are you looking at right now? What do you see? You can put it in the chat. Oops, I didn't want to get to that one yet. What do you see? And can someone read that off to me? What do you see? What do you see to my right? Can you see that is you? Can you see that is a human God being standing with the golden rays, and those are chakra. The lights are chakras. And what do you see? Arms holding the light. Yes. Oh, you see it now too. Okay. What else do you see? Energetic electrical meridians through the chakras. Yes. The light within. Do you know that is you? And what else do we see to the left? Golden lights, arm holding the light. Yes. The flower of life. Hint, hint, hint. So that's the universe. And it already is in sacred geometry, as you are. You are sacred geometry. You don't have to study it. You do have to honor your powers. Okay. Multi-dimensional being of light. Yes, you are. So this is one of my favorite pictures to really wake up and get it. I know you guys have heard that are we a human being here for a spiritual experience, or a spiritual being here for a human experience? In that, we grow. We're all journeying up the mountain of life. And part of my 77 years, I thought I was a human being here for a spiritual experience. But through the grace of ancestors, through the grace of teachers, I was able to take charge of my mind and to begin to recognize the inner power of my own being, and that step across that threshold. And that's what I'm inviting all of you to do, to step across the threshold. Human being for a spiritual experience no more. Step across and be the light. Be a being here to bring in the new earth. Yes, through raising our energy. So we are already connected to the universe. It's already listening. It already has the whole quantum. It has quantum entanglement. It has, I say, that the universe is mathematically exacting. It is listening so well because of the perfection of this quantum entanglement system. And so anything that you send out there, it has a sacred geometry on it already. Yes, Christ marks on the hands where the healing comes through, where the light comes through. where the love comes through, because love is all there is. Yes. Okay, so let's see here. Now, who wants to read this for me? What do you, please read it. Absolutely, Miralee. Let's connect. This is what's really important. See, we can read all the books. I read all the books. Sometimes I got a book and it was so deep, I couldn't quite, those mighty I am uh, books. They're green with purple writing. I couldn't put my mind across it. I had to put it on the shelf. And then as I grew and raised my vibration, I could take that book and read through voraciously. Okay. I'm giving you the shortcut and the Ike Koa, the deep counter knowledge of my entire walk and all the workshops I've done and all the mistakes I've made and ways I've skinned my knees coming up this mountain, walking through the fires, learning from the fires. And I want to tell you how important it might seem simple. However, this is milk and honey. We can walk in the wilderness 40 years, but milk and honey was just a threshold away. So right now, your life can change no matter what you are struggling with. Whatever you are struggling with, it's a blessing. I was told it's great fortune. And at the time, didn't feel like great fortune, but I decided to stand with those that knew, and I called it great fortune. And the wave opened up. It became stepping stones to greater understanding of who I am. What I want you to see in this picture, and please copy this picture, take it home, meditate on it, because we're going for the subtle truth. These lines from the golden, from your own chakra, going into the universe to the sacred geometry, your every thought, your every feeling, your every perception, your every false narrative, your every projection, your every spoken word, and your every performed action are all reverberating into the universe. And they are never forgotten. And they are never overlooked. So whenever I tell that, my sister, her eyes get this big and she starts trying to outrun them. It's a funny joke that we have. It's very true. This is all the truth you ever need to know. And then you want to come into alignment with it. Okay. Every thought, every feeling, every perception, I say false narrative, and I'll tell you why a little later. But whatever you think you're looking at and you tell a story, when you put meaning on that story, the Christ says you're seeing through the veil darkly. Okay. This is what we are accountable for. And all are quantum waves, and the universe is always saying yes to our story. The privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are. Everything in life is vibration. It takes both the sunshine and the rain to create the rainbow. It all begins with you. What goes around comes around. Who's heard that? Put it in the chat if you've heard what goes around comes around. If you have heard, you reap what you sow. Put it in the chat because that's a simple truth and it's a quantum activation code to to understand that and bring your mana into accountability with that. Concerning matter, we have been all wrong. What we have called matter is really, Hawaiians, we call it mana, but it's chi, shakti, mana, frequency, energy, and vibration. There is no matter. There is only light. Within you is the light of 1,000 suns. And what I have printed are, because I have an ebook that is actually my life's work and how I have healed and awakened and become master to my own mind. Okay. Because the saying is, the mind makes a terrible master, but a wonderful servant. So that's what we want to work on. Every cell of our body vibrates at a frequency of divine love until we think stress thoughts. How about that? Even in 1980, as a pioneer of holistic dentistry, we understood that a healthy organ and a diseased organ resonated at a different frequency. And Louise Hay, who has her books and is very famous for associating the thoughts with the different diseases. She and I were trained in the same ministry. She was a patient of mine back in those days. Diseased organ and a healthy organ have different frequencies. And so we know that disease first begins in spirit. It's what we just listed, your thoughts, your feelings, your consciousness, what you are doing with your mana, your chi, your shakti. It begins first with discord in spirit, and then it goes into discord in the mind. And lastly, it becomes dis-ease and then disease in the physical temple. And so in understanding, when you understand life and you understand creation, you understand. And you, to heal any of those things, you've got to go to root cause. Yes. Okay. The field is the sole governing agency of the particle. The universe is a living doorway, and love is the key. Look at that vision. That is you. We're giving birth to you. And from Ho'oponopono, I am the I. These are your DNA, and we want to keep them in alignment with the highest frequencies. We want to live Pono. So in my ebook, and that's my website right there, I have how you clean your bowl of light, because we want to create the life that you want to live, because you are creating the life that you are living. They're critter thoughts, and we hold on to those, and we hurt ourselves before we hurt others. So this is Aloha Aku, Aloha Mai. This is like your bowl of light that is already connected to the heavens. It's already connected to the earth. It's connected to all life and all relations. And so this is your driving force for having it all. And so the frequencies that I want to talk about today have to do with that energetic field. I surround myself with a circle of light that no negative energy can come in. Take a vision of who you are. So I want to let's see here. I want to move over to another section here. Let's see. So I want to talk about the newest of David's energy. The energy devices are all great. My daughter's using them right now, and I have the quantum aura coils. I have the large ones, I have the max and the mini, and I use them throughout the day. Okay. You being the number one frequency device of your mind, I do have that ebook to help you put your thoughts in order. Because as the frequency devices clean the gunk out of the muddy water, you don't want to pour more muddy water back in. So I highly recommend the ebook so you don't pour muddy water back in. But to deal with your toroidal field, and I've showed you what that looks like, we have the chi energy AI that radiates 24/7 into the field. And let's see here. I want to There we go. The Chi Energy AI. So I have had frequency devices for many years, and I do a lot of research with the different frequency devices. But because I am a spiritual practitioner, and we know even the technology of prayer is about generating frequencies, then I really appreciate the effectiveness that my patients, my clients have had with regard to changing, making a change. Because when I first started this, I noticed that you could go to a webinar and spend thousands and thousands of dollars, have a great time, get some ahas that you really love. And it only takes 21 days to change a habit. But I noticed in my client pool, it was taking more like 4 years to change a habit, even with intentions. Um, and so when I put them on the Chi Energy AI, then the percentage of clients that reached their goals skyrocketed. Okay. So having frequencies coming 24/7, so we can put them onto your office or to your home and in your car, and even coming from your cell phone, where you are immersed in these frequencies, intentional quantum healing frequencies, then the results of health and financial wealth have just skyrocketed. So the ones that are available are the basic program, quantum mind energy. When you go in here, you can see it's for clarity and mental energy and brain fog, and it tells you exactly how to use them. This is for inflammatory responses and blood circulation, just anything and everything that you may need. This is to cleanse even parasites. Okay. So then we have the quantum body energy and quantum meditation, brain longevity. That's a popular one right there. And of course, the immune system. And what's even more popular with my clients are creating wealth. And so this has so many frequencies, and it's not just the frequencies, it's the combination of frequencies that really support building great wealth. So those are the premium programs, and we can have them where they are flowing to you all night long, 24/7. Or we can segment and put these in the home and those in the car. I don't know. I'm on Big Island, and Big Island is big. We are driving. So amazing how far we must drive. And so it's great to have those frequencies in the car. So we are immersed in frequencies that are specifically designed for you and your own personal needs. and then you're immersed in them. So it's the most effective way to heal and to live as I do, with bliss and nectar dripping on my heart in every moment. So if you have any questions at all, please place them in the chat. You are able to contact me at changeyourfrequency-changeyourlife.com or quantumwaves.ai. And my other website is The Sacred Hawaiian Way. Yes, these programs are definitely for sale. We want to support you in ways of quantum mastery for us to create a great community for ushering in the new earth. Yes, it works for health, it works for relationships, and for wealth. Let's see. Yes, you can reach me at Change Your Frequency Change Your Life. I also do meet and greets, 20 minutes at no charge. Whatever your challenge is, we can connect heart to heart. I always love to connect heart to heart, and I can share with you the ways to keep you out of trouble or to give you the penthouse suite. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I always like to close with a call and response energy greeting. So if you can join me and just repeat after me. I offer you peace.
I offer you peace.
I offer you love.
I offer you love.
I offer you friendship.
I offer you friendship.
I hear your needs.
I hear your needs.
I see your beauty.
I see your beauty.
I feel your feelings.
I feel your feelings.
My wisdom flows from a higher source.
My wisdom flows from a higher source.
I salute that source in you.
I salute that source in you.
Let us work together.
Let us work together.
Mama ua noa. Please reach out. I am here to support you in 1,000 ways. And if you have any questions about the presentation, please get in touch with me. The Sacred Hawaiian Way. Change your frequency, change your life. Quantum mastery. You owe it to yourself. Aloha.